everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan, here with a pre-recorded video for you today from my Facebook page, facebook.com MemoryINKers, for our Saturday video. Just as a quick reminder to get it out of the way, you can shop for Stampin' Up! Products on my Stampin' Up! Website, which is MemoryINKers.com. Email MemoryINKers@gmail.com. The October 2024 hostess code is 7. P as in Paul, U as in umbrella, 9. E as in elephant, A as in apple, H as in Henry, Z as in zebra. Those are, use that code if your order is below 150. If it's over, don't use it because then you get hostess benefits. So I am going to scoot the advertising out of the way for now and scoot up the stuff we're going to talk about today. So, okay, here we go. I'm hoping that my camera doesn't decide to cut me off because I'm going to do 2 cards today. I have pre-done a few things so that hopefully it'll shorten the time and my phone won't act stupid. So we're going to be using the Umbrella Days bundle. This is an online exclusive. So go to my website, MemoryINKers.com, to look for this bundle. It has the great Umbrella Days stamp set with some wonderful sentiments and all of these dies. There are 15 dies in this die set, and we are going to be using a couple of them today. The bundle is $45.75. The dies alone are $28. And I don't remember. Let me see if I wrote it down. The stamps are $23. So that is how that works. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, I did pre-do, like I said, I pre-did a few things for you, but let me show you the card we are going to replicate today. Can you see the raindrops in there? Those have been embossed. Okay. So we're gonna redo this one almost identical, but not 100% because, you know, that would be boring. So one of the things that I did was I did pre-emboss this so that you wouldn't have to hear my embossing gun during the video. So I'm going to very quickly stamp a few things for you, and I'm going to be using Versamark ink. I'm sorry, Memento ink. This is why I said Versamark. This is the raindrops that I did on here. Okay, well, you can see them probably better on this right now. This is the raindrops that I did, and I just stamped them along and with Versamark. And then I embossed them. This one I've embossed with white. This one I embossed with clear. So I want to see what the difference is. On my second card, I've also used the raindrops and I embossed it with white, which I will show you when we get to that card. All right. So now I'm going to use Memento. And I want to stamp the little girl that is holding her a little umbrella. When it's a bigger stamp like this, I tend to grab the stamp upside down. So I'm going to stamp this down here. Now you're going to see I have these little boots that I die cut out, and I have like Hermafix or, you know, temporary adhesive on the back of that. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that in just a minute. And then I want to stamp my sentiment up here because I'm going to cut that out when I cut out my little girl. All right, so I'm going to very quickly color her for you because, I mean, you guys really don't probably want to watch me color too much, but I am using my blends markers to do her ponytail. This is SU500, so it doesn't really have a color name, but it is kind of a lighter brownish color. And then we're going to do something a little different than my original one. My original one has her in blue jeans. Let me set her right there. And she's wearing blue. but I'm going to switch her up a little bit. I'm still going to give her yellow boots just because I think that's iconic. My yellow is fading. All right, not that one. I use it so much that my tips are starting to get a little old, which does happen. Plus, these were tips I used in my classes, and sometimes people who don't know how to use them yet get a little rough around the edges. Now I'm going to take the pointy end and I'm going to darken a few places, like that little buckle-ish area, and any place where I think there might be some shadowing on the boots. Okay, then to blend that all in, all you do is you take your lighter marker again and you just sort of encircle it, and it'll soften where you added it. So it'll be a very subtle, I mean, when it dries, it'll be a little more noticeable, but it makes it a little bit more subtle. Now, I am going to change up her pants, and they are going to be in a fun Highland Heather, which seems very dark, and I'm going to have to use the pointy end, I think, to get in here. There we go. And then I'm going to use Pretty in Pink, I believe is what I grabbed for her jacket. Hold on. I forgot to grab the other shades of it. So I want to give her some shadow also. So we're going to like shadow out her pants a little bit where there might be some shading. Because our legs are round, right? So we're going to want to show that it shadows up a little bit. And you know how I feel about perfection. I see I got a little bit on the boots. No big deal. So now I'm going to take the, let's make sure I'm grabbing, this is Bubble Bath. Sorry, I said it was Pretty in Pink. I lied. It is Bubble Bath, which I am going to use on her coat. So she will have a pretty pink raincoat. Who wouldn't want a pink raincoat? My husband always reminds me or likes to joke about pink shoes. When we were first together, I got all excited because I came home from shopping and I had, and I'm going to say it like I did, pink shoes. I was so excited. They were like back when boots were like in style, like calf, they almost looked like army boots, but they were fashion boots. Showing my age there, right? So, yeah, so pink is fun. All right, again, a little bit of shading where it is needed. I'm going to darken up that pocket a little bit. And what's nice is Stampin' Up! Kind of gives you an idea of where there should be some shading with the little lines and stuff that it puts in it. All right, so now I have all this. Now I am going to cut this out, and it's going to have a little bit of a white edge to it. So I'm thinking about that while I am doing my coloring. And you will see something. Now this looks really weird, I know, but I know I'm going to cut it out. And I want this edge to show. You'll see why in a minute. Okay. And then I'm kind of do this. All right. Now the reason I did that is I am going to cut out this piece, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but these are 4 individual pieces that pop out. So you can see I have lines in there, and that's why I have the lines here. And I will be using this fun paper that has pink and sort of a lavendery color in it. All right, so now what am I doing with this up here? This, I am taking my blending brush and move that out of the way. We're going to be using the blending brush on this piece also. And I am going to rub that so that I have a nice sunshiny look to it. And that is going to get cut out with, as soon as I finish this, it is going to get cut out with, where did I put them? Here they are. The Deckled, I think it's called Deckled. Anyway, I believe it's the Deckled Circles. And so you can see there how that's going to look, right? And then we're going to cut this out, and we're going to cut out this piece with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. But before we do that, I'm going to want to color her a little bit more, and I'll show you why in just one second. We are going to take this piece. Oh, well, I'll do that in a minute. We are going to take this piece of the raindrops, and the raindrops do have an angle on them. If you look at the stamp, here it is, you'll see there's like a round, like droplet at the bottom, which I assume is the bottom of the raindrop, right? Not the top of the raindrop. So that's the way I embossed this. So now I'm grabbing my blue and green blends brushes, and I am going to start with Garden Green, because she's going to be in the grass. So I'm starting down here, and I am just making some grass. And yes, I know it's darker at the bottom. I want that. I want that. So that is that for the grass. And I like how it's not even, because, you know, the rain kind of fuzzes stuff up sometimes in our vision. Plus, that could be a far off hill in the grass. We don't know, do we? So then I'm using Balmy Blue, and I'm going to start at the top because I know that that's going to be darker. Because it's raining, right? It's raining. So we're going to always start at the top and work our way down into the green. All right. I hope this is making sense to you. But you can see how you can see the raindrops more clearly now. And I like when you're doing a sky and you're using your blending brushes, in my personal opinion, you kind of want the irregularity of it because it kind of looks cloudy a little bit. So now the other thing you're going to want to do is grab a paper towel or a tissue and just rub it, because that's going to take any color off of your embossing. So your raindrops are going to stand out more. Can you see how it's probably hard to see, but I did get a little color off of that. So now here's where the trick is. We have to decide where the girl is going to stand, basically. And she's going to stand over here somewhere. So she's going to have a little bit of green. And remember, I did these little boots. I don't want her boots to change color at all. Probably could do this for all of it. But I'm just going to grab whatever's left on my brush here. And I'm going to assume that her boots are in the grass. This is just so that when I cut it, the white isn't quite as stark. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the blue, just going around her body a little bit and the umbrella. Just to make the white not so stark, okay? And I'm hoping you guys can see that, how it kind of like removes the white. So I am going to go and I am going to cut out the pretty little girl. I am going to cut out the sentiment, and I am going to cut out this unusual pieced umbrella out of this. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have everything cut out, and I want you to see what this looks like when it's in pieces here. So you can see that it does not, I thought when I cut it originally that these were score lines. I didn't realize they were cut lines. So it was quite a surprise to me when I cut it out and it did that. So, but it's okay. I've decided that I love it. So here is my sentiment and my little girl. I do use washi tape, or sometimes you guys know, you've seen me use the Post-it note tape. I use both. But see how there's white, but I've made some color around it. Now I cut this out terrible. I can see that. I really cut her off. So let me pause. I'm going to redo her, recut her out, and then insert it as if nothing ever happened. Okay, I have her out colored. Here goes round 2 of cutting her out. Okay, let's all cross our fingers and toes that I put on enough washi tape this, excuse me, this time. So here we go. If this doesn't work, I may have to throw this video in the trash and just start over. But I don't want to. Ta-da! So much better. Okay, so now I have all of my pieces and we are going to start putting together our fun card. So the first card that I made has the thick basic white background. So remember I said I'm going to do this one a little bit different. So I don't want to lose all my little pieces. So I should probably put that together first, but I am going to use Bubble Bath, which is the color I used on her raincoat. And there is some Bubble Bath in this umbrella piece. So here is where you get to do some math. So you just have to look at the umbrella to figure out where the pieces go. It's really not that hard when you look at it. You can figure it out. So there they are. And I'm going to grab my liquid glue from my other desk. You know, I want you guys to know that I sit down and I look at everything on my desk before I make a video. Inevitably, every video I've ever done, I have to stop and go grab something that I was sure I had, but I didn't. So now I'm going to place this on here, and I want the purple to show as much as I can. I mean, it fits pretty close to exact, so you kind of have to fudge it a little bit to make it do what I want it to do, which is have the Highland Heather purple showing a little bit. It's not going to show a lot, just a little bit to help you see where the umbrella spines are. So super fun. So see this one? This one's going to give me a little trouble. So watch what I'm going to do. I am going to lift this up and I'm going to add some more color in there. Because I have extra color on the edge, I will be able to fudge this a little bit. Just a little bit. Now when I put this one on, I'm going to put it a little bit past where I stamped it. You can see the black line where I stamped it. So this is going to go a little bit beyond that so that I can get the lavender showing. There we go. So now we have our little girl, and I think she's just so adorable. So let us put our card together. Super simple, obviously. This is Bubble Bath. I think I said that, which is going to be our card base. You would definitely want to put, although this is light, I would still put a piece of basic white on the inside of the card just to make it finish. You could even do a little shading on that, add some more sentiment in there. You know, it's fun to decorate the inside of a card too, right? And I don't show that very often, I know. Does that bother you? Do you guys want me to do that more? Comment and let me know, because I am curious about that. So now she is going to go on and the sentiment with Stampin' Dimensionals, which I have here. So I need to know where I'm going to place her. So I'm going to set that on there for a minute, just so I have an idea of where she's going to go. And I think I would like, I know I had my scissors here just 2 seconds ago. Took them with me over to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I want to have a couple more maybe on the umbrella here, just to give it a little bit more protection if it goes in the mail. Do you guys do that? I think you do. I think I've asked that question a few hundred times. Okay, so now she is going to go in the grass. Now remember where you've shaded. Oh, I forgot to take off her boots, although they look kind of cute in green. I had them on when I ran her through, so they're sticking pretty good. There we go. Wipe off the adhesive. So remember that you've done green in her boots, so keep her in the green where that goes. Then we'll put some dimensionals on the sentiment also. Oops, it needs to move over just a smidgen, and it's not going to wanna. I force things sometimes. I don't know if you guys do that, but if I put a dimensional in the wrong place, I will push that puppy until it goes where I want it to go. If it won't peel off, it's getting pushed around or torn. There, fine. If it wants to be stubborn, I can be stubborn too. So there, look how cute that is. It is so cute. Now on this one, I did put some of these adhesive back clear sequins on it, but I'm not sure I like it, so I'm going to leave this one without it. But there are the two samples of this card. So let me pause here and get ready for the next one. I just remembered, because I found it when I was cleaning, I tied a little bow, and I am going to use a glue dot that I will pick off and roll a little bit with my take your pick tool. If you take it and run it, kind of fold it on there, it will grab it and it'll let you get started with a roll. Then you have to kind of pull it off. So I'm putting that on the back of some baker's twine, and it's a teeny tiny little bow, but it's kind of what I wanted to put on her ponytail. Now I've got the string really long because I think it's fun. You don't have to do that, of course. And that is from the Baker's Twine 3-color packets, Flirty Flamingo, Lemon Lolly, and Balmy Blue. And it comes with this, but when I was tying my bow, it rolled. I didn't take the time to put it back yet. So that's where we are. That card is done. All right, so now because my phone has little hissy fits, I did a lot of stuff in advance so it doesn't turn itself off. So I've got the sentiment I want to use, but this was too long. So all I did was I rolled it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine again to get it to be the size that I wanted it to be. And that is from this awesome, one of my favorites. You guys know, it is called the Stylish Shapes dies. Love this die set. And then I used, pardon me, this sheet from the Designer Series paper. It's an online set. I'm sorry, I'm dropping stuff when I'm short on time. And, oh, here it is. The pack is called Meandering Meadows. So it's very cute. So this is the piece that I used. And I tested out how, and I'm not sure how well you guys can see these, but I tried a different colors. This was the clear, which, I mean, it's okay when it hits the right light, but it was kind of blah to me. The silver, my husband said no, so I went ahead and I did the white. So here's what I did. I did the white for the rain on this background, and then I covered up the little person here, and I did some rain on the umbrella too, with just a little post-it note. So I've pre-cut that, and then I cut what on another sheet of this DSP, I cut some flowers because I'm hoping this is going to work. I cut out the little puppy dog. He does have a little raincoat. Look how cute that is. So cute. So that fits on him. I don't know if I'm going to put it on him or not. I haven't decided. And then I cut some of the clouds out of the DSP also. So we are using crushed curry for our card base here. So let me get that started. This one I am going to do the inside. I know what you're thinking. Finally, Carrie, doing an inside. I know. I always seem to be rushing when I'm doing my videos because of my phone. I emptied it out. I went through and deleted a whole bunch of stuff so that hopefully it wouldn't shut off, because when it does, it restarts again, but then I have to stitch them together. And for some reason, when that happens, it makes the video funky size. So, yeah, I try to avoid that if I possibly can. So there we go. Then I'm going to figure out, oh, I cut that too soon. I put that down too soon. That's okay. I'm going to figure out where I want this. So I'm going to have to do some fancy trimming here to make this work. So I know that person's going to go right there. So I am going to fake this like so and like so. Huh. You guys ever do that? I know you guys know I do it. I do it all the time. I'm always kind of messing up where it is I want to be. So that's not going to work. So we'll do it that way. And then we're going to trim it to 4 inches, which is what I want. And then we need to trim it down by that much. So I'll put that in there. Don't you love my scientific way of doing stuff? Hey, creativity is an art form. It's not for everybody though. Because you gotta go with the flow, right? So, okay, I know my little boy, I'm assuming this could be a girl. I'm just assuming it's a little boy because I did the girl the last time. And this is where this is gonna go. And I want that up on dimensionals. So I am going to use quite a bit of dimensional here and go to about there. And I'm going to use this all along the bottom. I guess I wasn't that smart with this edging. That's okay. We're going to just try to get as much dimensional on the edges as we can. There we go. Now notice I'm not doing anything up here because I'm going to slide some stuff under there. So we don't want to do that. So now we have the dimensional. I got to keep checking to see if I'm still taping. I'm at 29 seconds or 29 minutes. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to keep watching to see if it goes past the 30 minutes or if it's going to mess me up again. Everybody hold your breath. We're about 30 seconds from like aborting. So I'm setting this on there. So now that's nice and popped up. I'm going to do the same thing, dimensionals on my little guy. Here we go. 10-second countdown. I have an Android. I have a Samsung. If anybody knows. Oh, it's past 30. So we're good so far. And I'm just going to keep going and hope for the best. Now, I want you to see that I did do, look how I did the raindrops on him. Oh, so cute. So when I put him in here, I want to make sure that the raindrops are kind of going in the same downward trajectory. Now I want to put the dog in there. I think I'm going to put him off here to the side, and I'm going to leave him flat, and I'm not going to put on the little raincoat. I don't know though, that raincoat is awfully cute. Let's go for it. But I want to see his collar, so I'm going to trim it so I can see the collar, because I colored his collar. So I want to see it. So you can see that this just fits on his little body. So cute, but see, now I can still see my collar. So our little puppy is not getting too much rain on him either. I'm going to slide him here. So he's in the flowers with his little boy. Then I did cut out this and my clouds. Pause for a moment. Okay, I paused so I could decide where I was going to put stuff. So now I can finish this very quick and put this little rain cloud is going to go behind my sentiment. I'm going to let it stick off a little bit there so you can kind of see that it's different. And then this is going to go flat. I know I usually pop up the sentiments, so that's a little bit of a surprise, right? But I wanted to pop up this rain cloud because I think it's would be fun to do that. And sometimes you just want to have fun, right? So here we go with that. And I'm hoping, I'm going to check in just a minute to make sure I am still taping. There we go. So there's the front. I hope you guys think it's fun. I probably could have used a few more raindrops here, but that's okay. This looks good. So now we're going to do the inside, and I'm going to check my video. Hold on. Yep, we're still taping. Yay! So I grabbed a piece of basic white, and I am going to grab my blending brush and my crushed curry. Or, I'm sorry, this is not crushed curry. This is lemon lolly. And I am going to make a sun. Because what it says, the storm will end and the sun will shine again, right? So we kind of want a sun on there. If you want to, you could do, cut out a circle so that, you know, I'm just using it like that. And then I am going to take my ink, my Memento ink, and I am going to stamp Be Brave. And look what I did. So I'm not going to glue this one down because I'm going to have to fix that. I can't have that on my card. Be brave with a schmutz. But you get the idea. That would go on the inside. So there we go. I think I made it without my my video croaking on me. So there you go. Fun cards. These are the two I did on the video for you. Here's the original of that one. And I used, the pieces I used are the Meandering, almost all of this is online exclusive. In fact, I think it all is, except for the ink.